Okay, number 15 on the QR code review is asking us to solve the polynomial inequality and then graph the solution set. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna try and do is actually just set this equal to 0 and try and find my critical values. So x squared plus 2x minus 3, let's set it equal to 0 for the time being and try to find the critical values where this polynomial does equal 0. So I can factor this. Probably a 3 and a 1. They have to add the positive 2. So that's probably positive and that's negative. So from the 0 product property, I can see that x equals 1 is a critical number or x equals negative 3 is a critical number. So these are my two critical numbers. So if I was on my number line, like this, okay, here's negative 3, okay? And I know it's gonna be 0 there, and then here's 1. So I know it's gonna be a 0 there. So I kind of have 3 regions here that I need to take a test point. So I need a number that's to the left of negative 3. So I'm gonna just test maybe 100, or negative 100, sorry. I need a number in between negative 3 and 1. So I'm gonna test 0. And then I need a number that's to the right of 1, so I'll just test 100. Now you can pick any numbers that you want, as long as they're in this region on the x-axis. So what we're looking for is what numbers, when we plug them back into the original problem, are greater than 0. That's what we're looking for. So I've already done it on the back, and I'll show it to you right now. So what I want to do is I took the number 100, I plugged it back into the original problem. I got 100 squared plus 2 times 100 minus 3. Now you don't actually have to calculate that number. All we care about is whether or not it's positive or negative. So this is a really big positive number. That's a big positive number, so this is gonna be positive, okay? So everything in 100 is gonna be positive. If I test 0, 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 3, I get a negative answer. Likewise, if I test negative 100, negative 100 squared is a really big positive number, minus some smaller negatives is still gonna be a positive number. So don't actually worry about calculating what the number is. All you care about is whether or not the number is positive or negative. So positive, negative, positive. So if I go back to my little chart here, my little analysis chart, this will be positive, this will be negative, and this will be positive. And remember, because this equation is strictly greater than 0, we only care about these regions here. So how do we say this and write this? So we would say from negative 100 all the way up to negative 3. Do I include the negative 3? No, because it's not a greater than or equal to. So I use a parenthesis. Then we say union. And then from 100 all the way out to positive infinity. Just as a reminder, we never put brackets on infinities. Oh, I just noticed a mistake here. This should be negative infinity. I wrote negative 100. That's funny. So negative infinity up to negative 3. So we never put brackets on infinities. And if I wanted to graph the solution set, here would be a negative 3, here would be 1. Each dot would be open. I would point to the right, and I would point to the left, and I would shade in the information below, but I'd be careful not to actually include those points. Wow, another mistake. Look at that. This should be 1, not 100. I got carried away with the hundreds there. So 1 to infinity. All right, sorry that took forever, but hopefully that makes some sense to you, and a good little review as well.